Have you ever gone through an identity shift where you kind of almost change overnight? It's like a very random thing to everybody else, even though internally you've been changing for a long time. All of a sudden, all of the change that you've been doing behind the scenes comes rushing in at some point where it's like, okay, you've graduated. Now you're ready to shift into this new thing, but there's also this period between your old identity and your new identity. And so right now I'm in that. It all kind of started around November of this past year. And I noticed, I've talked about this, synchronicities beforehand, but this truly has not been like an overnight experience. And I'm not even fully into my new identity yet. It takes time. But during this whole thing, I feel like it's caused me to be very selective with my time and energy. And I think that this can look to other people like I'm shutting down or I'm isolating myself or something's wrong with me. Truly, what I feel like I'm doing right now is I'm really stabilizing myself. I'm trying to heal before I go into my new identity. It takes this integration period to do that. So it really is about protecting my peace and making sure that everything I'm doing, everyone that's around me is in alignment with who I'm becoming. When this started in November, I started to go really quiet in my friend group, like texting chat. And to me, I didn't think anything of it because I just didn't think it mattered. But I started to realize as my friends started reaching out, sending me long text messages, things like that. No shade to you guys. I love you guys. But I think because I am such a deep person, I'm a very open person. And that really means that I am available a lot of the time. I always want to try to help. I may not always answer your FaceTime call or your phone call, but I definitely am there if you ever need me. And I think no matter what problem somebody has with me, they know that about me. I think there's times where with this right now, like me being less involved in things or showing up less or really just trying to keep to myself during this kind of healing waiting period, it is triggering to other people and they take it personally. And that's something that I've had to understand is like, I trust myself and I understand myself. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter how it's affecting anybody else because this is what my soul needs. And so if somebody, didn't understand me before, I would just over explain myself. And I have found myself doing that. And those are the moments recently when I knew that I was not fully integrated into this new identity. And even people doubting my path or questioning it, it makes me want to try to justify it. And again, like I shouldn't have to because it's my truth. It's what's meant for me. So I think a lot of the time my depth meant that I owed people clarity, and I truly don't owe anybody anything. Don't get me wrong. Part of integration is honoring the old version of yourself and like how it got you to where you are now. Even the people that you may not want in your life now, they still were there to help you get there, whether that be from a positive place or even a negative place. Who I was before, that version of me, it helped me build what I've built in my life. That worked for the season that I was in, and I don't regret any of that. That's extremely important because I wouldn't be who I am today had I not met certain people, had certain people in my life, had different experiences and opportunities. What I've realized though is that constant access to me costs my nervous system. I feel like it's necessary for me to say, especially for those who may not understand what this is or why this is such a big deal to me. And unfortunately, if you take this personally, like I do think that means you need to do some self-reflection. So I personally do not have any more space, time, nothing for surface level conversations anymore. If that is all you can talk about, you probably will be hearing from me less. If you can't talk about things that I want to go deep on, I may not be going to you a lot of the time to be having conversations if I know that you as well cannot hold space for that. That is something that I think a lot of people get offended by, but it's just the truth, because I have to water what waters me. And if I'm not getting out of that relationship what I try to give to that person when they need my depth, it's like they only want it when they need it or need advice. And so I need to be a little bit more cautious with how I'm sharing myself with others. And the most important thing that I do not have capacity for anymore: projection of your jealousy, your judgment, your insecurities. And that is something I can clock within 2 seconds. If what you're doing and you're approaching me with is not from a place of love, care, understanding, support, always. If you judge me, if you have any issues with me, you either talk to me about it or don't say anything at all. But I don't have time for passive aggressive comments or just anybody saying anything shitty to me. I just don't anymore. Like, I will not do it. I won't even try to entertain an argument, to be honest with you. I think also I don't want to shrink or like have to translate my depth to make others feel comfortable. I get it. Like, a lot of people don't like the things that they don't understand. You may not understand this. Why? Because you're not me. You're not inside my head, my body. You're not having my experience. And so I don't think it's fair to have to explain this or to dumb it down. Like, I'll find times where people are like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I mentor. And I'm not super confident about it. And it's because I worry how that person's going to receive it. And that's something I have to let go of. I have to. Even if I pick up as an empath that you're not vibing with me or whatever, you ask the question, so I'm answering it for you. I understand that not everybody's going to get this, but I believe no matter how close you are to me, I don't care how long you've known me, nothing. Not everybody needs access, especially constant access, to my inner world, to my inner self. I have decided to be selective instead of just constantly being available. You ask me, what are you doing Saturday? And it's the week before Saturday. Sorry, I've already made plans with myself. I don't have to go somewhere, tell you, lie to you, and tell you I'm going somewhere. I'm not doing that. I am honest about that. And if it bothers you, you have no respect for me and my boundaries and who I am. And I also, obviously being selective instead of available means I also have to choose who I share my energy with. And the people I want to share my energy with are the people who get it, but I can still spend my time with the people who don't get it. It's just how they project those feelings onto me or how they treat me when they're around me. I'm just learning to let people just straight up not understand me, which is fine, until, that becomes an issue for me. Like, until it becomes like, now you're messing with my mental health or you're trying to throw me off track, that is a problem. And that is the thing that I found. There are certain people that I found a pattern with, that when I spend time with them, there might be something said or a slight conflict or whatever, and it's all projection, but that will have me spiraling for days of self-reflection, looking at myself, questioning myself, trying to prove something. A lot of people, I think, have always tried to think that, like, she's an esthetician or spa owner, so, she's clearly working at this goal or whatever. I'm not going to try to explain my future of what is going to happen before it even exists. We all set goals, we all have things we're working towards, but I'm at a place right now where I'm not trying to predict my future. I'm trying to be in the moment and heal myself and work on myself and truly stay to myself. This is more about moving quietly, strategically, comfortably, and intentionally. This is a transition. You either get it or you don't get it. And I know this sounds harsh the way I'm talking about it, but this is literally my life. This is literally my truth, my experience, who I am.